Hey, this is Mr. Martin. This is part 2 of my video. I'm in my class. As you can see, I had to go through the protocols with the gloves and the mask. But day 1 in my class I have what's called an focus area. And this focus area is basically where we do a lot of our work. Also over here I have the agenda board. And on the agenda board you can see that it always is going to have the objective, to do now, and the I do, the you do, we do, exit ticket, giving the kids a steady routine and know where to have their heads and their eyes to be initially when they walk in. On the first day, one of the major things I do is usually presented in a worksheet, and I keep it visible at all times to reflect back on. And the 2 expectations that I want to talk about is the number 1 expectation is to follow rules at all times. And anytime somebody that's getting off task is not following the rules, I send them right back here to this area, and this area tell you 10 ways to be a great student and 10 ways to treat others. And anytime a kid is off task, I can redirect them right back to that. But we also talk about these things when we create a social contract. Also, I have a verb wall, and along with my verb wall, that's just to help kids when we get into the type 3 questions in math to be able to explain thoroughly and really think before they speak. The second part, when on the first day of class, when students come in and daily, it always go together is, what type of student you're going to be today. So that number system 1 to 10, that's something every day where we can identify. Are you using kind words? Are you sharing and taking turns? Or whatever it may be in that situation. The challenges that I face, as you can see, I say I usually do my class in a U at the beginning of the year, but we're big on collaborative learning, so we always have to go into groups. And having a class size of 34 or 36 sometimes could be a challenge. But the good thing about groups, you break that 35 into 7 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 7, whatever works best for the task you may have going on. In terms of technology, as you can see, this is my board, and I always have my timer on when the kids come in. It's 5 minutes to get started. As you can see, it's touch screen. So it's 5 minutes to get started and get yourself situated before we go into work. It's connected to my computer. I can always put on music and everything else to go along with it. And lastly, as I close this out, I talked about the discipline and the technology and everything that could go along with it. But mainly I want my students to understand from an expectation standpoint is to dream big at all times, be ready to learn, speak positive to others, always follow direction, always do your best, raise your hands to speak, be a friend, and believe in yourself. And these are things that we do consistently and we talk about and we incorporate it anytime. I use these tools and ways to be great students and to treat others as discipline. In terms of any time a kid is off task, that's something that could easily redirect them to let them know that socially we put together a social contract of how a classroom and environment should be. I'm Matthew Martin again. Thank you.